kind of faded away. We hadn't quite seen that version of the team yet. But if that makes an appearance, Hypoc, then it's, you know, no holds barred. It's anyone's game at that point, and that's what it comes down to. So simply put, FPX just have to do the same as before. Gambit are the ones with it all to change up and provide that little bit more of a step.
In my eyes, I think the first ICEBOX round in the previous series was a little bit of a choke on the side of Gambit. I mean, they were 8-4 up in the first half, and attacking-wise, looked very in control. It was pretty deep early on in the pistol round here, and that's just going to charge on through. Maze deal with that, but no Swarm going to keep him honest for the time being. Good progress. Demon 6 swings, but Chronicle going to shut him down immediately.
Now, even if I do believe that FPX may have the upper hand, please don't let it dissuade your opinion of Gambit, because these boys are the real deal, and it's a shame that we potentially may only see small amounts of them, but today they're making it look like we're going to see a whole lot more. Good start here. 5 still alive. Spike to be planted. Or is planted, should I say. And Shadow and Shao, the only two to try and stop that from carrying on. Now, at this point, the HP's low. Looking very unlikely. And yeah, Gambit with a great start. Now, again, the things that impressed me with Gambit when I first got to see them against FPX, funny enough, was that they have a very similar, like, checklist, it feels like. They have a great mental approach to the game. They have fantastic reads into rounds. Their protocols are phenomenal as well. So I just need to see what the difference makers are going to be here.
Enemy down.
Yeah, as I look back on it, I'm just... Back at actually the previous series on ICEBOX, it started as a 7-1 lead for Gambit, so even more so.
Yep.
I was really into. We're actually going to throw the Phantom into this round 2 now. That's a big purchase, and Chronicle and Shados as well with rifles, so a lot on the line here, and well handled early on. Zipan will find Nats, but quickly traded out, leaving Shao last man standing. Full control of B site. Spike down, only a classic in hand. Be really difficult Shao to do any damage. But it's actually sizable investment side of Gambit. Round 2. Oh, just missing the timing on that one. Redgar greet him on the other side.
Yeah, as you said, hefty investment coming through here. And well done to Gambit for keeping it clean. You didn't want to start losing those rifles early. That's where problems can occur, but they did everything, you know. And this was a stack. There was 4 players there on this site. So, once again, good work to Gambit for keeping it clean. 2-0 start. Now, this bonus round doesn't look so much like a bonus. We have to change our opinion on it a little here. Redgar, I'm looking to see what he goes for. Are you sticking on a Sheriff?
We'll ride it through, so trying to build that early momentum financially at least. 2 players for FPX. Will be as Shadow and Angel. Expect Gambit to wait out Angel's utility.
Poison's off.
Dropping now, he's actually going to have to drop one, but throws the wall down in response now. But look at this, Gambit just charging through.
He just hits and runs. Finds Shados, backs away, spams away. Spike is going to be planted though. That's with Defo. And look at this post-plant positioning. Hyper aggressive as well. This is not your standard hold, but Defo just going to drop down. Death from above. Finds 2. Quick responses though from FPX. Not letting this unchecked upon. And look at Zipan. This guy is still one of my favorite players to watch as well. Him and Leo certainly up there towards the top, but it's Chronicle to try and create his own story out of this. 1v2. The Spike, of course, ticking. He bides his time. Sees if he can catch someone trying to get towards this. And for now, he's just biding and biding time. Slowly but surely, he knows exactly where they're going to be. Shao on the bottom floor, though. Zipan up top, and Shao has got his number. And yeah, it wasn't quite the traditional bonus round. But FPX can at least deny them getting that under the belt.
Interesting as well. I mean, Chronicle had both of his shock darts still available there as well. So it's surprising not to see him rely on those. With the Spike being planted on the 2nd floor, there's a confined space up there. He could have made use of that damage. Shao playing down on the ground floor. And actually, he's the one that gets pinged with the recon. So, well handled. Like you said, bigger picture-wise, Defo actually going to get the operator online. Gambit with a comfortable purchase coming back in.
Shadow's got to be real careful. Defo trying to find that little bit of space to play under. And a start that we're kind of expecting from Gambit, quite your default piece. You still have the kind of catch towards any aggression on the A side in case that Reyna gets a little fruity. Not to be the case for Zipan, taking his time. And again, the mid hold as well. So, your methodical start from both sides.
Oh, actually gets himself all the way back towards Snowman. Got to be careful about these information peaks, but actually missing that one. Well, Nats has been controlling pretty deep on a belt. Everybody on the side of FPX pushes just Zipan top of Maze and Shadow out towards mid. So, and trying to, I guess, catch some early information to make sure that rotation can come through. But looking down to 30 seconds, and Gambit have had to drift all the way back over towards A. See now that FPX are kind of, they know what's up. Sent 2 players over here preemptively, but Nats will find the entry.
All right, Ferrari peak, let's go. Zipan's now down. Shadow's feeling a little isolated, but the wall goes up and it buys him a little bit of, at least a bit of room to play under, but there it is. That's going to make things a little trickier. Shadow now going to be put to work. 9 seconds. They got to get this spike down here. They really do need to get a bit of a move on, and yeah, big deny.
Yeah.
Angel, Dimasik, Shao, they fumbled the timing, they fumbled the utility a touch, and it just did not work out.
Yeah, really strange to see that round conclude like that. Again, Chronicle playing deep enough, he's going to try and play off his Hunter's Fury there, but again, with 10 seconds left to throw the wall up like that, I mean, there's no backup plan, there's no plan B. I mean, what happens if they break the wall? Like, we can't make sure the spike gets planted.
Yeah. Even with the ult, I mean, yeah, the ult you can't necessarily see through, but if you get into it, you're fine. You know, you can spam at the spike plant. I mean, yeah, a little bit of a maybe misread on the time there, getting a little caught up. Zipan, though, look at this guy. He's willing to take this fight. Defo's very low. Oh, the fadeaway on Nats. Now, again, the buy's far from perfect, though, for Gambit, so damage is the name of the game. Maybe a spike plant or 2 costs them a little bit. For now, of course, FPX on the other side will want to stabilize through this, start building their own economy.
Another blind through.
Lovely.
Bit of information, but I'm going to try and follow up on that at least. Team's going to find Redgar on the way in. Gambit down to 3 now. D4 will respond, but quickly deals with that. Down to Chronicle. Fury available, but I'm expecting him to try and throw that out right now. BX will get the defuse with plenty of time left and their 3rd round win on the board. Yeah, a bit of a throwaway, but only 1 kill. Sick fell, so too much damage down. And early on, I mean, now Angel with enough money to drop Shao an operator and still have 2,800 to spare.
And of course, keeping up with the analysts who are watching. Yinzu flip-flopping, of course. Not sure who she's supporting today. Unsure. After FPX have come back in and looked very strong, so...
Yeah, it's weird you'd call that 5 rounds into map 1, isn't it?
Crazy, crazy. I'm waiting for the stop it! Ooh! Defo, unable to get that pick going anymore. They are going to take mid control. And that's the first one forward. It's going to be on Angel to keep this one in check. Has been tagged up, so he's going to lose the ability of that positioning. But he's going to invest the ultimate to try and get him out of this. I guess count to 3 and see if he can get the spam on the way out. No, he takes his time. Defo does manage to catch off Zipan. As he tried to make something of this. Defo again doubles down. Dimasik dead. That's a whole lot of Ds. Yeah. 5v3 now.
Nice.
Angel, Shao, and Shadow. Nice. Trying to pick up what's remaining. Now, Angel was in a tricky spot. He had to invest his ult even just to get out of this, or maybe keep control of it. Nats has been trying to keep a track of this, but Defo again, this guy's everywhere. Another incredible shot. Does he do it? No. This time, Shao finally puts him down, but the damage may have just been done.
Not going to make it, so Nat's finally showing his hand.
30 seconds left.
Up towards Spore and Shao will fall. Shadow, last man standing. An awkward exchange between Nats and Shadow there, but damage done at least. Position noted. Shados clean things up. Gambit will tie things 3 apiece. No real dent on the economy, to be quite frank about it. FPX still sitting pretty. Defo having himself a hell of a round there. Hunter's Fury still available for Chronicle. Wade Storm online. Shados 1 away from that res. Side of FPX, lockdown, Hunter's Fury, and Zipan with the Empress, but Shadow 1 away from the Seekers. Other than Angel, I guess, reactively having to throw that Viper Spit to bail himself out of trouble in the previous. FPX, they lose it an awful lot this time around. Shout, the better of D4 in mid. And that's a tricky res as well. Shados 1 away, so he's got to get a kill or retrieve one of these orbs, but that's a tricky res in mid.
It is, and at this point, you have no step towards it. You still have, I guess, a player posted up, which is Nats, but that's definitely not keeping that much control. You can see the response as well. They're kind of closing in that net around the side of it. FPX going to keep this map looking a little bit more contained. Give away a little towards A, which is, of course, where Gambit are heading, but sitting a little deeper. Now, they're looking for that information. Tasmanian Tiger, I believe, was the call. Something along those lines. Shadow. Trying to keep track on this. Looking for that sort of pixel out of place, gets the information he needs, and falls away. Keep in mind, Nats is still slowly trying to lurk mid here.
Three members of FPS committed towards a site here, and now, I guess, with Nats' progress in mid, try and hit this rotation. Now, let's block off the alarm bot with that cage, in case you're wondering, just so you can try and slip up undetected, but Xiao gonna find one here, and he will do, but difficult for him to escape. Redgar will trade it out.
10 seconds left.
Spike carrier is killed.
2 players, Nats and Shados. Oh dear. Yeah, no.
That's done. Quick break.
So far, I've got to say, as much as this is like a very different pace change from, like, this is the most kind of polarizing pace change you could almost have in a day. We have, as I said, the Turkish style, which is very explosive, very happy to fight. We saw that, even, of course, them saying it themselves. And then here we're going to have, I hate saying it just because, you know, just for chat, Navi style executes. Very late in the day, very late in the round sort of side takes coming out, which is classically a very CIS sort of approach to the game, very methodical. So, again, it's very much a switch up, and I love seeing the mental gymnastics between these two of just kind of, you know, trying to work out these next layers to every piece. It's very much a thinking man's game here.
Yes. I mean, I said I was hoping to see a bit of a pace change from Gambit, but seems they're happy to, I'll be honest, dance with death playing this game versus FPX. FPX notorious for being happy to just sit back. Again, the strength of Angel on this roster, the audibles, the mid-round calling, all plays in their favor. Can't say anything else on the matter.
Poison orb emitting.
Shadow having to fall away from this now. Good information garnered. And you see the crossfire being set in now. There go the Seekers. The flash comes again. Shadow still trying to deal with this. Zipan's right there by his side. Look at this angle. Beautiful. Oh, it's a shutdown. The spike now noted. Everything invested. FPX quick to respond and just set up a very quick positioning that works so well for them. Chronicle and Nats, not much more to be done here.
No more charges.
And again, this is the problem with sending the spike up mid instead of being one of the ones to come through A main. If that split falls apart in mid, the spike's not retrievable. 30 seconds left. There's no chance for Chronicle and Nats to retrieve that whatsoever. I mean, it's played perfectly. Zipan to be the one to take the deeper angle, take first contact, allow Shadow to sit behind screens. Able to dismiss out. Nats and Chronicle will find kills. I think we'll trade one out, so... Again, it's just... It's not even denting the economy of FPX.
Yeah, and sadly our resident CIS expert, Tombiz, is not really giving us much information. We've set him on the case to you know, look into these two, give us his
Spike
thoughts. He's
down
sitting on
A.
the fence again.
Here.
These analysts, you know, not what they used to
Here.
be. At 5-3 though, FPX have definitely got a grip on this game. And again, the mid-round calling, I don't think we have to say it every time that it is fantastic from them. Great adaptations, quick, decisive approaches to how they want to switch up their mindset towards the game, the read that they have. Defo, though, did nothing because Zipan doubles down somehow. The res gets invested, and it looks like they want... Do they burst? Yes, now they do. Okay, a second's pause, now they go. Defo back up. Ult online. Shadow's going to find Redgar, so this is not going so well with the amount of investment coming out from this, but they're now pinned towards the back of the site. Shao out of nowhere with two. Defo with a quick trade, and the spike is lost, but it's a 1v1. Defo, the intuition is right to be worried about your side.
Gosh, Shao. I thought Shao was about to walk that smoke.
The timing's everything on this. Defo just so paranoid about every single angle. They're missing each other by milliseconds, by centimeters here. A fake towards the spike plant. Information now garnered. Defo's got the angle. Baits out the ult. The knife goes flying. Goes back again. He's got 40 seconds to play with. This is plenty of time. Shao knows to be tested. He gets a little aggravated. Defo wants in. Oh no! And maybe he wants out. 8 HP is all he's got, and he's going to try and fade away from this, making as little noise as possible. Dipping away. Finding a good post-plant position. Shao, working with an operator at this point is tricky, trying to play back in, clearing these close angles with the pistol at his side. Defo, this is dirty work here, but no, surely Shao knows what's up now. Yeah, he's got an idea. Defo trying to do the dodge, and Shao wants to get this to halfway if he can. Testing the nerves here, neither player seeing each other completely, but Defo holds his nerve. 8 HP in a dream, he keeps Gambit's hopes alive. Building back into this FPX, unable to run away with the game just yet.
So well played, honestly. Yeah, like you said, at this point, looking to go aggressive, trying to catch him off guard there, hopping over screens. Chao's actually really unlucky not to find the kill with the shock dart there, but the post plant, if I played that textbook, even avoiding the recon as well up in nest. Really, really good stuff. Again, scenarios like that, you only get to win a few rounds like that versus FPX.
Similar start to the round here. We've seen this on quite a number of occasions. Same start on the attacking side coming out from Gambit. Shao with a good angle. But you can see the investment here just to try and get simply towards yellow. And it's given Shao the angle. He still expected the cross to come out on the repeat from Defo. So Shao going to be, you know, given a little bit of vengeance from the last round, but I'm sure he would like the whole round instead.
That's doing the housework over on A main, and FPX actually leaning a little more towards A here. Angel actually gonna best the wall.
30 seconds left.
As soon as this wall comes up, Shao's gonna relay that information. It's gonna bring two players back towards B. Oh, Shao just missed him on the cross there.
Standing ahead.
Whoop.
Absolutely debated. Wall in play. Angel going to find Chronicle, but the spike is now down. Time favorable towards Gambit, but Angel does not particularly care.
No
Takes out the opposing Viper, and now Nats and Shados in trouble. This gets dicey for them. Just going to tap towards the spike. You can see the spam straight on through. Hook, line, and sinker falls for it, and Nats, I think he realizes he can no longer challenge this anymore. He's going to be hunted down. Spike can be defused. A 1v5 is not on the cards, and he just wants to live to take that rifle into the next round.
I mean, the one way just becomes perfect in that scenario for FPX to take full site control. Make it really difficult for Shados to find an angle. Even with the pings, you can see they were pinging the spike for him, but ultimately here, the first kill comes through onto Chronicle. Angel just no respect comes through. He knows Shao has that over peak over the top of him.
Now, I believe we'll This would be the tactical timeout here for Gambit. So just talking through their options again. Looking at the first game, I think it was what FPX got 4 rounds on the initial go of this, so already an improvement on ICEBOX before, which was a very close game. It did come down to, what was it, like 13-11 or something? It was a very, very close series between these two, and a good game from Gambit, and this is the thing, they've had some exceedingly hard opponents.
Yeah, it was 13-11. Like I said, it started off 7-1.
Yeah.
Gambit. Only really FPX winning 3 out of the last 4 rounds in the first half. Obviously ran away with the second.
Here.
I mean, it's got to be a concern really with Gambit struggling defensively last time. They've got a poster. I mean, they can only break even right now.
Oh no, this is nasty. Hypoc, I don't like this. It's making me feel bad. The Serotonis are going away, and Dimasic is making his appearance. He still gets one, even after the tags come out. Now, Angel's kind of sitting in no man's land. This is super risky from Angel. Yeah, Shados has got an angle on that. This is given a bit of a window of opportunity. It's not a big one, though, keep in mind. This is still looking scary, because look who's on the flank. Zipan is hearing all of this. He knows everything that's around that corner. Oh no. Oh no. No way! Zipan just waits so patiently. Like a kid on Christmas. The gifts under the tree. Happily unwrapping. As now FPX are sitting on a very strong scoreline.
One enemy remaining.
The problem is here that we've seen this happen a couple of times. That Redgar's basically having to second guess Angel's utility setup, right? To try and negate it with a wall or, you know, either one of them, to be honest. Right there, you can see that's the reason they crept up so close, is because they were like, okay, what is it? Because we haven't seen it yet. We can't get close enough without somebody dying to actually figure out exactly what's going on B side.
That's the tricky part, isn't it? You've got to work it out mid-game while all this is happening. And Zipan now is just getting aggressive. Good flash comes back in, so soaks that up. Or is that a team flash?
There's a team flash.
Oh, God, okay. Not so nice. Take that back. My bad. Shadow. Still going to be trying to just pour out whatever he can. Seeker is actually going in. I guess 14 HP. He wants to try and make a go of this in the final go of this half. Shao's found Redgar, but by now it is still a 4v3, and the site should be taken over by now. It is. And yeah, Angel, no man's land again, caught off by... Pardon? Chronicle? Oh, dear. It's a 3v2. Post-plant. Surely.
Got the lockdown and Dimasic going to get pretty close up to invest that, but Nats just swings ahead before he can get that alarm bot down. Now it all falls to Shout. Shados quickly deal with that.
You good?
I'll be honest, the break has done me no favors.
Got it. Makes sense. At this point, we have to kind of take a step back and look at the previous game, because we have almost a mirror matchup, right? Similar agent picks, or exactly the same agent picks, same maps coming in. And this has been a slight increase coming out from FPX, at least when it comes to this map and this side. Now, the scary part is that this side they're coming into now is where they ran away with.
Yeah, exactly.
8 rounds or something. It was pretty drastic. Now, of course, we know that FPX have taken the time to advance their play and be more aware of Gambit. We have to see if Gambit have done the same. They now have to exceed the previous game that did get them a close result, but not a win.
Quick progression over towards 8. All 5 members of FPX actually. Defo gonna spot one out, spots the second as well. Still happy to sit on default and try and contest this pressure. FPX gonna storm on through now. They get bodies on site.
Okay, no, we take that. We take that every day of the week. If it happens, no worries. The quick just like drive-by, spam away, get it, nice.
I think he thought he had a frenzy.
Just
I mean,
straight up
the shot.
spamming. Yeah. All right, Chow, not feeling good about this, I'm sure, as you've got a 1v4. The spike is very far away. For as much as you may be able to see it, could as well be in, be in Narnia at this point. Defo, Nats, all waiting patiently. And Shao begins the attempt. 40 seconds to toy with. That's the first. Not clean enough, and not the kill at all. So Defo's going to claim that. And we have Gambit now building back in as you'd want to see. These guys need the pistol, and they need to keep this one clean now.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier. Obviously, that 7-5 scoreline. Pistol and the conversion. Right back in a tie game. That is ridiculous.
One enemy remaining.
Defo got that kill on the Zipan. Must be nice.
Revealing area.
A quick piece actually from FPX. Defo, the one to hold things down with a Marshall. Gonna spot one out and this synergy there for Shadow's take that to not avoid a kill coming through, but the second peek not so good for him. Ball, an early advantage for Gambit here, and 3 sheriffs left for FPX to try and get something done. Oh, still just this angle. And red guard, okay, we'll take a tag, but I respect it initially and back away. Give a little bit of information on the rotation. Demasic, again, tries to peek onto Defo, but he's just posted.
Yeah, he's
Happy
happy
to sit here.
Doing quite nicely, isn't he? And as we can see for FPX, happy to run down the time.
30 seconds left.
Happy to give Devo... Devo? That's a name I haven't thought of in a while.
Enemy
Yeah.
remaining.
Defo, yeah, more opportunities. And yeah, Shao will put him out of this one, but a chance to maybe discuss how they want to approach this. Again, I don't know if it's something we talked about as much in Valorant in comparison to other games. But rounds like that you're technically not, you know, meant to be winning as such, you know. As I said, this was very much an attempt at the start, but now taking your time, kind of maybe
30
talking
seconds
through
left.
things through how you want to approach this. It's a long time to maybe, instead of a tactical timeout, you can just get yourself ready for this rifle round coming in, get yourself ready to take on whatever buy they're bringing in, because we know that Gambit play an interesting and a pretty well-refined economy game. They you know, had those early investment to rifles in the first half, so
Revealing area.
here though, a bit more traditional in that sense. Defo though does have the knives out. No Bosch ticket is all I remember from Devo.
Enemy.
Sure,
Again,
about
sorry.
4 people in chat
4 people,
will
yeah.
understand the reference.
Shout out to
Me
my
being
4
one of them.
people. Exactly. 30-year-old Brits. Congratulations. This default is going to be tested at least a little by Defo working up through middle. You can see Angel, so I'm probably going to have maybe the first shout at it. I wonder how this goes down for Defo if he gets that timing right.
Angel still got his wall available. Thrown down early on. Could invest this as FPX lean back over towards B. Only Shados position here, but no other information even across. Actually, look at this. I was timed this perfectly to try and get in to the back lines of FPX.
Oh, dearie me.
The pinch could be perfect.
And this is what happened before the disaster. We should be on board with him because he's going to get a freebie towards Demasic. Fades away. Now the rest of them having to be forced forward to fight. Redguard does well to find Angel, but there's Defo again in the back lines. This is huge work from Gambit. Turning the screws in this round. That positioning was outstanding. Shadow still fighting the good fight for FPX, but he's going to have to find 2 more. Spike is to hand, but he's got 10 seconds to play with. He's
10
pulled for
seconds
Faker
left.
10 seconds. He needs to kill now, and Defo denies. Huge round from him.
Really, really well played. Again, I was saying, you know, with no information being shown elsewhere by FPX, I was hoping Gambit were going to hit a rotation. It's actually Defo that finds really, really good timing on everybody passing back through spawn towards B lane. Yeah, it's almost like a Zipan deja vu who's able to get into the back lines and punish FPX for playing that one so slowly. On the back of a minimal investment.
That's my job.
The blade storm thrown into that one means Defo is going to be able to get the operator on board.
Here.
be 9. Gambit convert as they should. We look at the economy though coming in. A couple of bits of armor. Zipan, decent investment here. And there it is. Defo straight away finds DMSIC. It's a big start.
They'll pull away, but Nats actually catches sight of one more on the spy camp. Defo's going to post up his corner. Shados will actually find danger in mid, and that's the spike as well. So gonna look back through, but the spray is not great.
It ain't
actually going out on top of that one.
Okay.
I got the spike.
Spike recovered, but Defo has been a monster from this spot. And this time a bigger gun to work with. Chronicle's gonna find Zipan, so the chances just suddenly got ripped away. They were slim to begin with, but maybe could have done more.
30 seconds left.
Defo turns it, keeps back around. He still looks comfortable, considering how much utility's in front now. Trying to thread the needle as Chronicle
Enemy
happy
remaining.
to take the fight on 24 HP. And there it is, Defo to deny, and clean work from Gambit.
It's seeming like they're actually stabilizing.
Yep.
Sells a 2-round lead now. FPX back on their buy round. Shao once again going to use the operator.
Spike down A.
Interesting to see, really. I mean, he's not going to be able to do too much on the Sova in particular. Again, lacks the mobility that usually has, or at least Defo has. He can take a much deeper angle and risk way less going for that opening pick.
And now we do at least see Shao back on that op as well, so we could have a little bit of a battle there, and I wonder what Defo does with this. Look, there's a reason why everyone in other games is a little nervous when it comes to CIS. People with sniper rifles. I mean, you do have one of the best in the world out there in Simple, of course, and someone like Defo. Love to see what he can truly bring as the game continues to move forward. Seemingly brimming with talent from the region. 9-7. FPX need a little bit of their talent to come online here. A slow creep towards B looks to be the answer that they've gone for with that lurk over towards A coming out from DMSIC. And Nat's just going to take that straight swing. Gorgeous start towards Zipan. Zipan's been shut down a lot this game. He is not getting much freedom at all.
Blinded.
God, Shadow. This is lovely stuff. FPX do find a way back in, but it's not without answer. Redgar's still around, still holding space. In 30 seconds, you've lost the spike in a pretty committed position. You can't back away. You can't pull fakes at this point. DMSIC has to come over, and Shao to be an instigator with the op is tricky.
Sometimes we'll pass Redguard does take a tag. DMSIC as well.
Bot coming back. I got the spike.
Now with 13 seconds left here, he's pretty much got to commit to the part. Shao going to find a pick up the Redguard though, make things a little easier, but Chronicle responds.
We've highlighted DMSIC before as one of those players who can read the game so well, fill the gaps that are required. And right now, he's feeling pressured. A 1v2 to begin with, Spike in his favor. Ooh, he got one. I thought he might have had the time for the adjust, but no, Chronicle with the quick fight. Making sure he gets the op just in case needed. And there we go, back on the defuse, but a valiant attempt, but another win and double digits now on the board for Gambit. This is a bit of a different look this time around. We asked the question on the half. Well, we've seen that FPX have improved. The question was, have Gambit? And I think we have our answer.
Blinded.
Sure, Shadow just hard clearing that same corner again. I'm sure it's him in the previous round also. B-side execution, but Gambit on the brink of going to 11 with BX's financial situation. Yeah, whether or not they opt to... Again, Shadow can buy down to 1400 with the full rifle. Elsewhere, I mean, Zipan going to throw a Sheriff at it. 4 ultimates available. Angel's the only one without it, so potentially if they can find an opener. Okay. Actually, the full committal here. Pretty good guy. I guess I didn't see them having the armor there with the pause coming through, but it really, but potentially lose this round. Gambit go to 11, and then financially it's not looking great for FPX at all.
Yeah, FPX are on the ropes a little here. I'm going to say it. The money even this round's going to be a little thin spread, isn't it? But you're right, next round, barely any butter on the toast. Going for like the weirdest analogies I can get. Maybe works. Defo looking towards what he can do this round already. Those sites going to be taken. There's no one really there to deny this. The Seekers come out. This should be a spike plant for FPX, and I want to see a retake. This site, I do think, is tricky to pull off retakes on. These angles are so tough to clear. Plenty of utility to do so, though. Shadow going to be forced away. A little bit of chip damage coming out. We get prepared for the play back in.
Getting a lot of information through, actually, but Angel still finds 2.
Now look at this. Gambit still very much in this one. FPX looking like they're waning here. You're going to have Demasik and Xiao called upon to find a bit of form here. And no, Nats has found Demasik. It's all in Xiao's hands. He's got the ultimate. He needs to use it. Halfway, though, Defo is just going to back off this one. Yes, the initial tag's there, but look at him. He can just sit it. There's nothing more to be done. 11's going to be on the board. And Xiao will lose life at the very end. Just another bitter pill to swallow. Gambit are pulling up here. They have massively improved on this side.
Just the little things there. Defo to be the first one to stick the first half and tank the Hunter's Fury, updraft away, and Nats just swoop on and clean up the second half. Difficult, really. I mean, there's nothing Xiao can do from that deep. He can't play his way back on the side. He has to commit to his ult and hoping that Gambit slip up, to be honest with you. Again, that 2-for-2 trade on the back of Angel finding 2 kills was...
Well, I was going to say, honestly, one of my biggest standouts for when I'm looking at Gambit is how effectively they trade and working together. They are playing some really solid fundamentals, which scares the life out of me if they can keep doing this, because that's something that technically could be brought onto any map. So, for now, no one quite getting any early spot of information. Angel taking a little bit of the damage to try and get what he can out of this.
Angel going to try and counter ult.
Are we going to go for it? Uh-oh. Oh, no. It's... Oh, no. Not like this. This is going to be 12. Surely. I mean, you've just lost Angel on the board. They've seen everything. There's no one particularly watching the flank. Sure, I guess they've got the turret on it from Demasik, but you can't back away. You have to keep going at this. Now, Shadow luckily is broken back in with the kill towards Nats, which creates a little bit of space. But look at where these fights are happening.
No
Chronicle finds Xiao from nowhere.
He deals with the lockdown as well. The first 2 hits were on the lockdown to negate that, and then finds the kill.
They couldn't ask for anything more. Shados, though, gets overwhelmed by the double peek coming out. Zipan's there. Site's now taken for FPX. Demasik on towards that spike plant. Defo on the long play around the back. And Chronicle tries to build up, but no. Shadow's not allowing it this time. Defo... Not too many opportunities should present at this point. Zipan would be the one on the other side here. Waiting with that up patiently, but... Again, FPX making it work, considering the fumble of a start. Incredible recovery.
I don't think we've actually seen that yet. The counter Viper ultimate inside the Viper ult. I think. I'm actually a little bit upset that Angel didn't get his off, but... We will survive here for FPX. We're gonna cling on to the operator for dear life. Brings it to a 3-round difference now. Gambit sitting pretty. I mean, much the same way FPX were in the first half. A little more fragile the other side of the screen. And that's it, yeah. The last 2 rounds, look at the investment. Obviously, Angel lost out on his ultimate. Demasik threw his lockdown. It was countered. Dow and Shadow both using their ultimates 2 rounds ago. Zipan with the Empress, but really a playmaker.
Uh-oh, this could be a playmaker, though. Defo straight away just gets one, but he couldn't get out scot-free. Zipan grabs him and drags him back. Holds him accountable for that aggression at the start, but already taking down Demasik here. Could be a little bit of an issue, but Zipan still going to carry on a little further forward.
The hit's going to come through. Chronicle going to get cleared out here with a flash. What? Still find Zipan up top. Angel will trade it, but comes down to a 3v3, and that's a big win for Gambit with how that Cute was lining up for FPX. Now, Shados one away from the res. Get a kill here, potentially.
Toxin
Bring this to
screen
a
down.
4v2, but it's happy to sit quietly.
Oh, the double face.
Yeah.
What are you meant to do? And now, Nats and Shados looking for those margins to try and operate under. Angel going to try and get
30
that spike
seconds left.
down. Changing up the spike plant. And Nats, though, does get a glimpse towards
Spike
one. See
planted.
Shadow there. They now might be able to work out that there is still one player tucked into this corner. Nats did find Shadow, and now the 2v2. Make it a 1v2 as Shados going to be called upon against Shao and Angel. Now drone going to come through. Keep track of it, and Angel
perfect.
working at the same time. Beautiful work.
FPX. Answer again.
30 seconds left.
Now, actually, that lead not looking so comfortable.
Spike
We'll see
planted.
how this one rides with the Gambit investing in that operator time and time again. Massive dent. I mean, effectively an extra weapon purchased. Yeah, Redgar at 5,200. So, play Storm online, so technically, you know, Jet's got a round in hand, so to say, can ride out one of these other buy rounds with the Blade Storm, but again, really, a round win here for FPX. Gambit on Eco is going to bring it to a tie game, potentially.
Is Angel gonna do this to them? I feel like, so if I'm not mistaken, both teams called a timeout at this point to make discussions, which is just kind of very telling of this. One, Gambit needs an answer to what FPX have been doing, right? That's that simple. But then FPX now need to consider what Gambit might change up. This is why it's almost an extended pause as such, because both teams have a lot to think about now coming into the potentially final few rounds.
Yeah, I only talked about it previous round, but good progress actually, ultimate-wise, for FPX to kind of reduce this lead Gambit had. Defo actually nearly caught out by that Lear. Gonna
Where's
try
the
and
answer?
trade this kill. Shados falls.
It looks like Zipan's aware of the
Yeah.
chance
he
of
is.
this, but again, it's gonna be the peak, the walk across from Shadow. I don't know if the information was relayed of the maybe paranoia that Zipan had of this angle, but Shao again, great work from the back lines. They've read this switch up. This is why you want a timeout after that timeout almost, right? It's such a weird way of saying it, but they were expecting a little bit of aggression coming out from Gambit here, trying to find ways through, and look at where those picks happened on B-Long in middle, and now they can lean back towards A. We still have a player waiting though. Nats is here. He's keeping himself somewhat safe. Now going to see a little bit of Angel. Angel unaware of his now being watched. There we go. Now noted. He's going to be on red alert that someone's going to be close by, surely. Keeping eyes on this after there was aggression on the other sides of the map.
Nats has both of his cages up here, so he's going to try and hold on to this position on site.
30 seconds
Maybe
left.
try and stop this plant coming down on default.
20 seconds.
That's the position I'm talking about right there.
This is terribly late. Yeah,
There
and
you
this is
go.
where the problems begin. You can just lose a player like that. He can dip in towards the cage, into smokes wherever he wants. Defo's found Demasik. I don't like it this late in the day, but
10
maybe
seconds
Shao
left.
can still do something about this. 8 seconds 7. Right, they've got two players on the side they have to get past. Red Cars 1. Shao needs to find the kill. He knows there's a player right near to him. Oh, Shao! Saving FPX!
Cannot escape.
Literally saving them, bailing them out of that catastrophe that was that round. Wow. That is heartbreaking
Player standing.
for
One
Gambit.
enemy remaining.
Nats played that so well. To run the clock down again, yes, the spy cam shows the information. You're right, FPX are anticipating somebody playing close contact, and it takes them a full 15 seconds to clear the close angles and then get to sight. That is
11 to 10. Hypoc, look at the money.
Poison orb emitting.
FPX are cruising right now.
Oh no, Shados
way.
has seen this. Shados is 100%. Oh no!
What's
he's
going on?
Oh no! And Defo's gonna try and pick up the pieces.
What is this round?
What? How has this happened? It's a 3v2. They've got rifles back with Gambit. What on earth just happened? Xiao and Shadow just blinked and half their team's dead.
I don't believe it. Xiao and Shadow now left once again to recover this round for FPX. Spike in hand, plenty of time left on the clock. I think Xiao just spotted a hand. He did indeed, but second jump peak can't land the shot. Now,
That's the fortunate thing is they got
spot him
time,
out?
right?
Yeah, oh, look at that.
What? Was that just a wallbang?
No, he got pinged off the recon bolt.
Oh,
player
oh
standing.
god. I just for a second, I was about to lose my mind, but Xiao does get his ultimate and now into the post block.
One
He's,
enemy
what
remaining.
is going on? What
He's
did Red
got
Guard just
Hunter's
do?
Fury now. He's got Hunter's Fury.
Red Guard's sitting this. Hypoki's sitting this. Hypoki's sitting the defuse.
way.
way.
What was that round? What the hell just happened?
I can't. But, okay, let's roll it back. Roll it back. This
I don't
entire
want
round.
to. I don't want to watch that
you
round.
will look
Forget
at this.
about
you
it.
will look at this. We had the weird whiff, right? We were watching middle. Was it Shados? Just saw like two people run past. Boom. Suddenly, there's panic. He just yeets out, tries to catch up with them. He doesn't get it, but three of the other teammates just suddenly get evaporated from the FPX side. Random jump cross from Chronicle like I was going to be just fine. And then the full defuse.
How much damage did that shock dart do? Yes, it almost does full damage. That shock dart. Moving on.
Camera taken out. Cage trigger.
Deep breath, 12 to 10. Gambit getting to 12 in the most unique manner. And Nat's waiting on top. Death from above could be offered here. Gonna see the Seekers go down, just tries to spray away, kind of give a little bit of respite for his team, but Zipan's gonna put him to bed. Spike, does it go down? No. Denied, but the spray committed to completely. Chronicle does catch Shadow. Xiao's got Red Guard back, but at this point, the res being invested, they're all bundled up towards middle. This is where things could get dicey.
That's it, Xiao. Oh
Spike
no,
down,
Xiao
B.
finds Angel. FPX down to 2 as Demonsick and Xiao. And a 2v4 now. Gambit on the brink of closing out map 1. Defo finds the first. Hunter's Fury, Pop Lauren. Xiao gotta dance around, avoid this.
Taken out.
All right,
30
Xiao, let's
seconds
see if you got the moves. You need to pull off now a 1v3. It was a 1v4. You got 23 seconds, a little bit of utility, and the spike not to hand. They are all facing you down. This is only map 1, keep in mind, and yeah, he knows that it ain't going his way right now. Defo's gonna confirm it. Gambit against the odds here in my mind. Step up in the second.